I'm Liyana Hassanel, and this is Nightline. The top stories. SARA STR recipients who submit false information risk having assistance withdrawn, warns Finance Ministry. Also, UMNO to form grand collaboration to unite all Malay Muslim political parties under one umbrella. Good morning. We begin the bulletin with this story. Firm action, including the withdrawal of government aid under the Sumbangan Tunai Rahmah and SARA assistance, will be taken against recipients found to have provided false information. Second Finance Minister Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan issued the warning following the discovery of an individual who was allegedly eligible for the aid despite having rental income from 6 houses that exceeded the eligibility threshold. It was reported on Friday that the Finance Ministry had revoked the individual's eligibility for both the STR and SARA assistance. The decision was made after the man publicly admitted on social media that he earns rental income from 6 housing units. The individual is now also under investigation under the Income Tax Act for allegedly failing to declare income from the property rentals. If convicted, he could face fines of up to 3 times the amount of tax owed, in addition to possible imprisonment.
Saya harap takkan banyak ada isu macam ni, tapi bila kerajaan nampak ada cara yang tidak sepatutnya macam kes yang ni, kerajaan akan tarik balik bantuan yang kan sebenarnya usaha kerajaan untuk menolong mereka yang memerlukan. Ya, kita tak nak orang untuk abuse the system yang ada.
The minister was speaking to reporters after officiating the My Plus Community Day event in Klang, Selangor. Meanwhile, the government is reviewing proposals to expand the list of items eligible under the SARA assistance program to include fresh produce, such as fruits and vegetables. The review will also look closely at product quality to ensure recipients receive items that are suitable and meet basic standards.
Kerajaan akan melihat, tapi apa yang kita nak ialah kontrol mekanisme tu betul. Kita tak nak penjualan barang-barang yang lapuk dibuat dalam tu. Jadi penerima tu akan sedih lah. Dia dapat tapi benda-benda yang dibagikan tak baik.
He said the focus would be on prioritizing locally produced goods while encouraging wider participation from neighborhood retailers. He added that this would allow the benefits of the SARA program to be felt more broadly, while also supporting the sustainability of small traders. On Friday, the Prime Minister, in a Facebook post, said improvements to the SARA assistance were formulated to ensure Malaysians are able to meet their basic needs in a more structured, targeted and sustainable manner. UMNO seeks to form a new grand collaboration to unite all Malay Muslim political parties under one umbrella, aimed at uniting the Ummah. The announcement was made by the party's president, Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, during his closing speech at the 2025 UMNO General Assembly. Zahid said the proposed initiative does not in any way challenge the position of the unity government or the need to dissolve any party.
Saya mohon persetujuan sidang perwakilan sekalian untuk kita membentuk Grand Collaboration atau kolaborasi agung bagi menyatukan seluruh parti politik Melayu dan Islam di seluruh negara untuk berada di bawah satu gabungan dengan tidak berhajat untuk menggugat kerajaan perpaduan yang ada.
The collaboration will run concurrently with the formation of the National Consultative Council, chaired by party veteran Tan Sri Abdul Ghani Othman, which will discuss Malay political agendas across all aspects. It will also align with the Ummah Consultative Council, chaired by Zahid himself, which will focus on 11 clusters concerning the Malay community. Meanwhile, UMNO members and leaders have been urged to stay united and not be distracted by narratives aimed at undermining the confidence of the grassroots. UMNO Deputy President Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan said the party remains firm in defending its principles and direction.
Orang tuduh kita undap ke apa ke, itu memang direka cipta untuk memarahkan kita. Peduli apa? Bak kata Datuk Jo, mengapa perlu kita takut dengan DAP? Kita tak perlu takut dengan DAP. UMNO, tuan-tuan sekalian, kalau Melayu bersatu, British kita halau pada tahun 1957. Setakatkan DAP, kita takut? Tak tahulah saya. Saya belumlah takut dengan DAP lagi. Dan saya tak mahu orang UMNO takut dengan DAP.
He added that UMNO would not hesitate to reassess its position in the unity government if the administration fails to manage the country effectively or breaches agreed red lines. Now, Party Vice President Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani said there is no reason for UMNO to fear any non-Malay-based party. Instead, Johari said the main concern should be the status of the Malays, the country's largest ethnic group, who are seen as unable to unite. He explained that today's politics require a more pragmatic and mature approach rather than simply idealism or rhetoric.
Kenapa perlu kita takut dengan DAP? Saya rasa tidak ada sebab kita perlu takut dengan DAP. Kalau kita tidak takut kepada gerakan, kita tak pernah takut kepada MCA, kita tak pernah takut dengan mana-mana parti yang bukan Malay base, kenapa perlu kita takut dengan DAP? So, saudara, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, yang kita takut apabila Melayu tidak boleh bersatu. Sebab itu, saya menyahut pandangan dan ulasan ataupun idea yang lontar dalam ucapan dasar untuk membuka rumah UMNO ini.
Johari added that UMNO's struggle is nil and requires structured work, organized management and long-term strategies. He said the party's future success depends on its ability to nurture a competent and knowledgeable new generation that understands the needs of youth, technology and
kita akan terus tewas dengan perjuangan ini. Apabila sudah tidak ada wang dan kuasa, maka jatuhlah parti kita. Inilah masanya untuk kita buktikan kepada generasi akan datang bahawa UMNO masih boleh bangkit dan terus relevan.
Malaysia's consulate in Jeddah has been instructed to step up efforts to locate Nadia Kasuma, a Malaysian woman who is reported to have gone missing in Saudi Arabia since Thursday. Foreign Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan confirmed that immigration records show Nadia had already left Jeddah airport.
Saya telah arahkan kita punya pejabat konsulit di Jeddah untuk buat yang terbaik. Dan kita minta supaya travel agent tak boleh lepas tangan begitu saja. Ya. Travel agent mesti bertanggungjawab kerana dengan siapa dia bawa dengan siapa, semua kita kena tanya.
According to a statement from Wisma Putra, the Malaysian Consulate General in Jeddah has been coordinating with local authorities, while officers have also been deployed to the woman's last known location to support search efforts. Authorities say any detailed updates will only be shared with close family members to protect her privacy. Earlier, KLIA Police Chief Assistant Commissioner M. Ravi confirmed that a report on Nadia's disappearance was lodged by a family member on Friday. The woman's whereabouts could not be traced while transiting at the airport during her flight from Kuala Lumpur to London on Thursday. After a recent investigation into Air Force personnel, the spotlight has turned to the Malaysian Army, where 15 officers were identified as being involved in an alleged immoral activities. Army Chief General Datuk Azhan Mat Othman said the matter was uncovered during an internal investigation. Azhan stressed that the office's involvement constitutes a serious breach of orders and regulations, with strict action to be taken without compromise.
Saya tegaskan di sini, yang salah tetap salah. Yang salah tetap akan dihukum dan kita tidak akan melindungi sama sekali mereka yang bersalah.
He has also instructed the Army's Criminal Investigation Branch and relevant military agencies to conduct detailed investigations into all complaints, including those related to the alleged immoral activities. On January 10th, 20 Royal Malaysian Air Force officers were confirmed to have been involved in immoral activities. This came after the Malaysian Armed Forces were instructed to carry out a comprehensive investigation into allegations of immoral conduct at certain military camps, following reports circulating on social media. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim granted an audience to Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim at Istana Bukit Tunku in Kuala Lumpur on Saturday. According to a social media post, the audience is part of ongoing communication between the King and the Prime Minister on issues of national importance. Sultan Ibrahim was briefed by Anwar on current national developments, including matters related to government administration and the welfare of the people. Police launch investigation after child dashes into traffic. This and more after this breather.
Di tengah ketakutan, suara kecil ini meminta simpati.
Suara terakhir yang tidak akan pernah padam. Ini adalah kekejaman yang menghapuskan suara kecilnya.
Ini adalah pertanyaan kepada dunia. Di manakah hati dan nurani?
انت شو اسم العيله؟ شو اسمك الكامل؟
Masuk dalam tu mesti kadang-kadang kita terpijak dan nipah tu masuk dalam. Bukan senanglah nak cari macam tu lah.
Daerah Mekah ini memang istimewa lah. Memang itu memang cukup nyaman lah.
Memang minat, memang terlalu sedap lah.
Dari hasilan itu kita tengok dari mulung juga, saiz dia. Mulung ni bukan semua sama, tidak.
Kalau tak pakai peluh apu-api tak jadi sagu. Hancur, mengeras dia laman tak.
Mereka boleh bertukar wajah. Siapa pun boleh jadi musuh. Ejen MNH kasih settle semua trouble.
I need to borrow your bike. As long as it is to borrow, not steal, huh?
Yes, of course. Come on, quick, come on.
Hassan! This is all pretty straightforward, yeah?
Just like riding a bike.
Sorry!
Men in Black International. Ahad 9 malam di TV3 Blockbuster dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Baca doa dia. Allah Akbar, lupa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftahli abwaba rahmatika. Ya Allah, bukakanlah pintu-pintu rahmatmu untuk kami. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Lagi satu jangan lupa, kita kena niat iktikaf dulu. Okey. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nawaitu li'iktikaf fil hazal masjid lillahi ta'ala. Sahaja aku beriktikaf dalam masjid ni kerana Allah Ta'ala. Baru boleh masuk. Ini tak lupa. Jom.
Sorry lah.
Welcome back. A man was shot dead at a car wash in Pulau Pinang on Friday. The 38-year-old victim succumbed to his injuries while receiving treatment at the Taiping Hospital in Perak. The incident happened at around 10:40 p.m. at a premises in Nibong Tebal. The victim, believed to be the owner of the car wash, was shot multiple times in the body and leg. Pulau Pinang Deputy Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Alwi Zainal Abidin said the shooting occurred when two men arrived at the premises and fired several shots at close range. Police believe the suspects used a semi-automatic firearm and are still working to determine the motive behind the shooting. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code for murder. In Johor, police are still investigating and working to identify a child believed to have strayed from a guardian's supervision before crossing a busy road in Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru Selatan Police Chief ACP Raup Slamat said that cops were alerted to the incident through a viral 33-second video on social media. However, no police report had been lodged. The incident is believed to have occurred on Jalan Tun Razak near the Datin Halimah Junction in Johor Bahru on Wednesday. Footage from a witness's dashboard camera shows the child running into the middle of a busy road. A man was then seen chasing the child, preventing him from being run over by oncoming traffic. Former FMT journalist Rex Tan has been released on police bail after providing his statement. His lawyer, Raj Suryan Pillai, said Tan was freed at 1:15 p.m. on Saturday. The 31-year-old had been detained after turning up at the Dangwangi Police Headquarters on Friday night.
Lepas reman rakam percakapan dan lepas rakam percakapan, Rex dah dibenarkan pulanglah atas jamin mulut 1.15 tadi dulu. Polis ada rampas handphone dengan kad SIM bersama handphone tu lah.
Tan's detention follows controversy over a question he raised during a public forum last Monday, which has been alleged to contain racial elements. Earlier, Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department Director Dato' M. Kumar confirmed that 3 police reports had been lodged in connection with the issue. Investigations are being carried out under the Sedition Act, the Penal Code, and the Communications and Multimedia Act. The Immigration Department has detained a total of 1,760 illegal immigrants in more than 500 operations during the first 2 weeks of 2026. The latest operation on Saturday saw more than 200 illegal immigrants arrested in raids at 2 shopping malls in the Klang Valley. The first raid was conducted at a commercial premise in Kuala Lumpur. Nearly 1,000 individuals were screened, with the majority being foreign nationals who used the area as a gathering spot on weekends. In Selangor, another operation was carried out at a shopping mall in Ampang. Undocumented foreigners attempted to flee as soon as they realized the presence of the authorities. However, enforcement officers foiled their escape attempts, resulting in 162 women and 55 men being detained. Those detained included 89 from Myanmar, 60 Indonesians, and 46 Filipinos, all aged between 21 and 63. Immigration Deputy Director General for Operations, Datuk Lokman Effendi Ramli, said the offences included lacking identification documents and overstaying in violation of past conditions. In 2025, more than 200,000 foreign nationals were inspected in 13,910 operations nationwide, with 92,360 undocumented migrants and 2,163 employees detained. Search underway as passenger plane goes missing in Indonesia. The details when Nightline returns.
Filem adalah tempat untuk kita bagi anak kita melangkah ke dalam pawagam dengan memilih filem-filem yang boleh membesarkan jiwa mereka, meluaskan minda mereka, dan akhirnya kita ada satu tempat mendidik anak kita dengan tontonan berkualiti. Datang ke pawagam ramai-ramai tuan-tuan, bawa anak-anak 2.4 juta. Daripada 5.8 juta penduduk Palestin adalah kanak-kanak. Mereka masih lagi memerlukan sokongan kita. Jadi jangan berhenti bersuara, teruskan bersuara untuk Palestin.
Masuk dalam tu mesti kadang-kadang kita terpijak dan Hanifah masuk dalam. Bukan senanglah mencari macam tu lah.
Daerah Mekah ini memang istimewa lah. Memang itu memang cukup nyaman lah.
Memang minat, memang terlalu sedap lah.
Dari hasilan itu kita tengok dari mulung juga, saiz dia. Mulung ni bukan semua sama, tidak.
Kalau tak pakai peluk apu-api tak jadi sagu. Hancur, mengeras dia lamantak.
Dan dia nak kena pastikan saya sihat lah untuk tanggung tanggungjawab tu, pikul tanggungjawab tu, dan pastikan anak-anak semua juga belajar sungguh-sungguh kan, tak putus asa bila tengok ayah dia sakit macam ni. Tasuk dengan rumah saya lah, supaya dia tak berubah hati juga tengok suami dia sakit. Jadi itu macam cabaran lah untuk pastikan keluarga saya ni kira macam stabil dengan dugaan hidup ni. Yang sedih lah sebab dia uji juga bertimpa. Diuji macam-macam. Memang rasa down tu semua lah. Bila kadang gini kawan-kawan pun banyak hilang. Yang tinggal beberapa orang je lah yang betul-betul datang tanya khabar, menolong. Memang sedih. Itu pun dugaan, pencabaran. Mana kita kena sebagai manusia kita kena tawakal atau bersabar. Lepas tu dengan ambil duit lah kata-kata orang, kita tetap usaha. Itu aje lah. Dan kuat semangat lah untuk anak-anak dan keluarga lah.
The foreign front. Indonesian authorities are searching for a small passenger plane after contact with the aircraft was lost on Saturday. The Indonesia Air Transport ATR 42-500 aircraft carrying 3 passengers and 8 crew members lost contact at 1 p.m. local time during its flight from Yogyakarta to Makassar. Marine Affairs and Fisheries Minister Sakti Wahyu Trenggono said the 3 passengers were ministry staff conducting air surveillance on fisheries. Around 400 military and police personnel were deployed to search for the plane in the mountainous Maros Regency near Makassar, close to its last known location. So far, no wreckage or signs of the aircraft have been found. The Zionist military continued its violations of the October ceasefire agreement on Saturday, striking several areas in the Gaza Strip. Israeli forces shelled eastern areas of Gaza City and Khan Yunis overnight and into Saturday morning. A Palestinian child was wounded after Israeli troops opened fire at the Halawa school in Jabalia in the northern Gaza Strip, while artillery fire was also reported in Deir al-Balah, the Al-Buraj refugee camp, and north of Rafah in southern Gaza. The attacks come as U.S. President Donald Trump has appointed former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and founding members of the Gaza Board of Peace to a new initiative. A federal judge in Minnesota on Friday has ordered the United States immigration agents deployed to the state to curb some of the tactics they have used against observers and protesters of their enforcement actions. U.S. District Judge Catherine Menendez ordered immigration agents to dial back their aggressive tactics, barring the detention or arrest of peaceful protesters and drivers, and using pepper spray against demonstrators. The order gives the Department of Homeland Security's current operation in the northern U.S. city 72 hours to come into compliance. Tensions over the deployment have mounted in Minnesota since an Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agent fatally shot a 37-year-old mother of 3 behind the wheel of her car earlier this month. Crowds of protesters across Minneapolis have clashed with the immigration officers, opposing their efforts to target undocumented migrants, with some officers responding with violence. Several police officers were injured after a protest outside the Iranian embassy in London turned violent on Friday. According to the Metropolitan Police, the clashes also led to multiple arrests as officers faced missiles being thrown at them. Paramedics confirmed that 4 people were taken to hospital after the London ambulance service responded to the unrest in South Kensington. Demonstrations have been taking place outside the embassy after widespread anti-government protests in Iran. Switching to sports now, football, the Malaysia Cup. 3 first-leg round of 16 matches took place on Saturday. Immigration FC and Negeri Sembilan FC played out a goalless draw, while Brunei DPMM FC secured a 2-0 victory over Kelantan Red Warriors FC. Meanwhile, Melaka FC and Sabah FC were held to a 2-2 draw. At Hang Jebat Stadium, the home side took an early lead after just 3 minutes through Syarel Fikri. Sabah equalized in the 15th minute when Ajnin Mujahid slotted home, but Pak Kwang Il restored Melaka's advantage just before halftime. The Rhinos refused to back down, with Fergus Tierney scoring in the 88th minute to level the match at 2-2. On to badminton, the 2026 India Open. The national shuttlers exited the Super 750 tournament on Saturday, as both the men's doubles and women's pairs fell in the semi-finals in New Delhi. In a hard-fought 44-minute match, world number 2 men's doubles pair Aaron Chia and So Woo-yik struggled to keep up with Japan's Hiroki Midorikawa and Kyohei Yamashita, who dominated the first set 21-10. Despite rallying in the second game to claim a 21-13 win, Aaron and Woo-yik were unable to sustain their momentum in the deciding set, eventually going down 11-21. Aaron and Woo-yik will take home $13,300 as semi-finalists. Earlier, national women's doubles shuttlers Pearly Tan and Tina's run also came to an end at the hands of Yuki Fukushima and Mayu Matsumoto in the semi-final. World number 2 Pearly and Tina were outplayed by the Japanese duo, losing 16-21, 13-21 in 45 minutes. Pearly and Tina won a prize money of $13,300 as semi-finalists. Turning to Muay Thai. National star Rifdin Masdor created a sensation on Friday night after defeating Indonesia's Muhammad Redo Rocky via a first-round knockout at One Friday Fight 138 in Bangkok, Thailand. Competing in the atomweight category, Rifdin needed just 2 minutes and 34 seconds to secure the victory, marking his 5th win from 6 appearances on the One Championship stage. Representing the Sor Somai team, the 23-year-old Sarawak-born fighter controlled the fight from the opening bell, leaving his opponent little opportunity to implement any strategy. Rifdin then landed a spinning elbow to Redo's head and continued his relentless assault, forcing the referee to stop the match. Known as the Magic Boy, Rifdin also earned a 45,000 ringgit performance bonus for his victory. This 3rd consecutive win brings him closer to securing an official contract with One Championship, with 5 victories now recorded in 6 professional fights. Before we leave, let's take a look at how the famous Berlinale Bears, the festival's iconic trophies, are made at Berlin's Nag Foundry, as the Berlinale stands alongside Cannes and Venice as one of Europe's top film festivals. With that, I'm Hassanel. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend.